How would your life change if instead of focusing on loss when you lose someone in your life, you focus on what that space can make room for in it? Rather than focusing on you not having that person in your life anymore, imagine what or who could come into your life. Welcome back to Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life. This is a podcast where we dig into the ways we can reshape our thinking to live a life full of purpose, happiness, and fulfillment. I'm Sanjay, and today we're going to be talking about something that we all go through at some point, but rarely talk about openly, and that's how we feel when people leave our lives and why that is not always a bad thing. Rumi once said, "The wound is the place where light enters you." And sometimes when people exit your life, they create openings, they create spaces for growth, spaces for self-discovery and new fulfilling connections. It may be hard, it may be difficult. It's not going to be easy, but when one door closes, another one will open. If you think about when you lose someone, yes, you've lost them, but there were reasons that they are no longer in your life. And there's a beautiful poem by Brian A. Drew Chalker, and one of the lines from it is, "People come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime." Think about that. There are people who are not going to be with you through your whole story, the whole story of your life. There are people who are just going to be there for maybe until you learn a lesson, just for a couple of chapters. There are people who are going to be in maybe one chapter, maybe some for 10 chapters, some for 20 chapters. But there may be some point of your life story where they are written out. And today I'm going to be covering 3 ideas, and that's why we struggle when people leave our lives. Why it's hard to see that it could actually be a blessing in disguise. How leaving can actually open the door for new opportunities, and how to reframe your mindset to cope with a loss and just actually recognize the potential that actually comes with people exiting your life. So, as I said in the poem, people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. How many times have you been in a situation, maybe it's romantically, you always choose the same type of girl, the same type of guy, and you always end up in this exact same position. They treat you in the exact same way, and no matter what you do, you just keep falling for the same people. Because although these people are coming into your life for a reason, you're not learning from that. You're not learning to take the different option. You're wired to actually seek out that same type of person. You're not taking that lesson. So that person or those people will keep coming into your life until you learn that lesson. People will come in for a season. They will come in just for a short while. They'll have some fun with you. They'll be part of your story, and then they're going to leave. Or there'll be those people who are with you for a lifetime. I mean, don't get me wrong, this whole journey, the whole story of your life, when someone leaves it, there is pain. Your suffering, though, on the other hand, that is down to you. But the pain of losing someone from your life, whether it's a friend, a partner, a close colleague, when someone leaves, it feels like a piece of your world may leave with them. A piece of your world may shift. And that change, it can bring up all types of emotions. It can bring up sadness, confusion, maybe even anger. But here's the thing. The struggle with people leaving our lives is only caused because we focus on what we're losing rather than what we're gaining. When you build connection with people, you become familiar with them. They become part of your routine, your comfort zone, and you're going to tend to cling to what feels familiar, even though it may not serve you anymore. But even though you may be sad that they've gone, there may be some pain, but it doesn't mean that that's the end. It means that actually you've now got space for new things, new opportunities, new people to come in. In a lifetime, the average person loses touch with roughly half the friends that they had at 25, but yet you're more likely to go on and find new friends, new connections that actually shape you in new ways, which you wouldn't have imagined at that point. So why do you resist that change so much? Because part of it is psychological. It's your brain craving stability. You're wired to feel more at ease when there's things predictable and secure around you. Even if that predictability is not bringing you joy, it's no longer bringing you happiness. So in that moment, what if instead of seeing someone's departure from your life as a loss, what if you actually viewed it as a chance for something new to unfold, something new to come into your life? So just with one of my experiences, one of the people I'm coaching, he went through a difficult breakup, and at first he was devastated. He felt like a huge part of his life was missing. But then as time passed, he started to rediscover himself. He managed to rediscover his hobbies. He made new friends, and actually he found a deeper sense of himself. And not only that, he became happier within himself. And then he realized that his world hadn't ended, but it had just begun to expand. He eventually started dating someone new, someone that he actually found was better for him than his original partner. So when someone leaves, it may actually be a blessing in disguise. It could just be a little nudge from the universe just to help you break free from a situation that may no longer be serving you. But where it's difficult in the moment to actually see the opportunities. And I'm not going to say it's easy, because it isn't. But that's what we need to start trying to retrain our minds to do. Yeah, people leaving your life can actually create opportunities you wouldn't have had otherwise. If you're hanging out with people who go to the same bar every single week, or maybe you play football with the same people week in, week out at the same place, you're not going to see new things. You're not going to experience new places. You're not going to mix with different people. So when someone steps out of your life, they actually leave a space, a void. And while that void may feel uncomfortable at first, it's actually room for someone new to come into your life. It's room for someone new to give you new experiences, maybe take you down a new path. And it's a way for a fresh start. So if you think about it like this, if your life is like a garden, when a plant is not thriving, you remove it to make space for a new plant, a new one that could grow, a new beautiful flower, something that will actually thrive there. Maybe a tree or something unexpected. And that's similar to a relationship. When it comes to an end, it creates room for new connections and new ideas and a new version of you to flourish. You tend to make more meaningful connections during a time of transition. And think about that. Think about when you maybe start a new job, you've moved somewhere different, or you're experiencing a big life change, or you have experienced one. You're more likely to meet people who can actually have a lasting impact on your life at those moments. Sometimes it's those transitions. Yeah, they're only possible because certain people have maybe moved out of your life. Certain things have shifted in your life, making space for people who align better with who you're becoming. Remember, some people are meant to be in your life for a season to teach you certain lessons or to help you grow. Once their role in your story is complete, it's okay to let them go. Don't be sad because they're gone. Be happy because they were there. It isn't always easy, but if you shift your mindset to one of opportunity rather than loss, it will actually change how you experience these difficult transitions. So if you want to reframe your mindset and to cope with loss and see opportunities ahead, the first thing you can start to do is focus on the growth, the opportunities that come with it, not the loss itself. So shift your focus from what you're losing to how you're growing. Maybe you're losing a friend, but maybe you're actually gaining an opportunity to do something different and gain new friends, ones that actually are going to be aligning with you. It's very difficult when you're growing to let go of old connections because you feel that just because they've been there for so long, you need to maintain them. You don't need to maintain a relationship just because they've been in your life for, say, 25 years. It's okay to let go. It's okay to actually take time to invest in yourself, to strengthen parts of yourself that may have been overlooked when it came to that relationship. Reflect on the things you've learned from that relationship and how you can actually use those experiences to become a better version of yourself. The next thing you can do is find new connections. Yeah, find new connections with an intention. You can take it as an invitation to seek out new connections. You can look for people who are aligning with your future goals, with your values. And then as you grow, as you change, you'll actually naturally attract people who resonate with that, with who you are now, not who you were. And when you take this intentional approach, it can actually lead to a more fulfilling life. It can lead to better relationships, deeper relationships in the long run. And finally, remember that actually, with change, it brings a new energy into your life. Change brings fresh energy into it. So sometimes you don't even realize that a relationship that you may have had, maybe it was draining you, maybe it was holding you back. And then only when it's gone do you actually think to yourself, you know what, that was not serving me the way I wanted it to. So when someone leaves, you may regain emotional and mental space that you can now put towards things that truly light you up. It could be a project, it could be a hobby, it could be self-care. Every relationship, every friendship, and every connection serves a purpose in your life. Some are meant to be with you for the lifetime, while others are only meant to be with you for a chapter or two. Yeah, both are equally valuable. Both will teach you something. But whatever it does, make sure you seek the lesson that you can learn and see how it can make you grow. People leaving, it can be tough. It will be tough, but it's also can be a blessing in disguise. You need to start thinking about how it can actually open doors to new opportunities, how it can allow for growth in your life, and how you can reframe your mindset to cope with the transition. When someone leaves your life, I want you to try and think about the time someone last left your life and think, what if they didn't leave your life? What if they hadn't have left your life? Where would you be now? Where would you be stuck? Would you be further along than where you are? Think about what that relationship taught you. And next time you face a loss, try viewing it through a lens of possibility, not scarcity. Let it be a reminder that actually you're evolving, you're growing, you're becoming the better version of yourself, and that the people meant for you will be the ones who support your growth. They won't be there to hinder it. Thank you for tuning into today's episode. And if you found it helpful, please share it with someone who may need to hear this message. And remember, every goodbye creates a space for a new hello. And that new hello could be the one that changes your life in ways you have never imagined. Until next time, keep working on that mindset. Keep seeking, keep growing, and keep mastering your mindset to master your life. Thank you.